Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an open chest statue. Oh, and by the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, I would highly recommend that you check out the card system, because in there, if you like this particular build, I'll be leaving links to loads of videos and playlists that relate to this that I think that you guys will really enjoy. For instance, my Minecraft item tutorials playlist has loads of things in it just like this that I think that you guys will really enjoy. But moving on, if you want to make the chest, here's what you're going to need. You will need some yellow stained clay, and grab some brown stained clay. Then flip over, grab yourself some black wool, some light grey wool, and finally guys, grab yourself some white wool. And once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here, you're going to want to kick off your chest with a row of 10 black wool coming directly up from the ground. That's 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then, once you have your row of 10, take this top block, this 10th block, and go right of it by 13. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Connect that 13th block all the way down to the ground, and then connect it all the way back to where you first started. So essentially we want to end up with a nice rectangular shape like this. Once you have your rectangle, you now want to take each one of the 4 corners of said rectangle and extend them towards you, each by 13 with the black wool. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And now that I'm sure that that row is actually dead on 13, I'm just going to use that first row to count out the other rows. Or more accurately, I'm going to use that first row to measure out the other rows, because I don't really feel like counting to, I don't even know what 13 times 4 is. Guys, what is it? There's carry the 7. I think it's like 5 million. I don't really feel like counting to 5 million or 13 4 times, so I'm just using that first row to measure all of the other rows. And then what you want to do once you have all of the other rows, guys, is just connect them all together in a nice big giant 3D rectangular shape. So you want to end up with something that should look like this, and of course the way that we achieved that, extended each one of the 4 corners in front of us into rows of 13, connected them together. Here we are. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next, and this next part is somewhat important. So, we now have to figure out which side of the 4 sides that we have right now is going to be the front of our chest. It's important because the lid goes a particular way, and of course if you want your statue to face a particular way, then, well, that might be important to you. So this side, for instance, is the front of my chest. Once you have figured that out for yourself, once you've figured out where the front is, you now want to head to the back. What you then want to do is come all the way up to the top back horizontal row of black that we have here, and upwards and outwards from the back of the chest, you want to do a row of black wool that is equal in length to that at the top back part of the chest. So you want to have something which should look like this. What you can then do is take blocks number 1 and number whatever that one is, and you want to go up on top of them each by 13. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and we can then, now that I know that that row is 13, we can just kind of like use that other side to measure it. So I believe that those are equal, and then what you want to do is just connect them together. So once you have your 2 rows of 13, connect them together at the top to form a nice big square shape like this. What you then want to do is come behind the square shape that you've made and take each one of the 4 corners of your square shape and extend them, coming out of the back of the chest each by 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this bottom one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then take each one of those 4th blocks and go all the way around and connect them together. So we want to have a nice 3D, again, I guess it's kind of like a rectangular shape, isn't it? So this is obviously going to be the lid of the statue. I'm being very, very clumsy at the moment, but we've just about accomplished it anyway. You want to end up with a shape that should look a little bit like this. That's it from the back right hand corner. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. Why don't we take care of the individual parts of the chest, because a lot of this is just orange clay, or yellow clay, I believe it's yellow clay. A lot of this is just yellow clay. Let's take care of the parts that are actually a little bit individual. So, the actual top inside part of the chest where you'd like stuff things in, so the top part here, this is how you want to fill it in. First of all, you want to do a layer of yellow clay going all the way around the top of the inside of the chest, and this is just one layer of yellow clay going all the way around the top of the inside of the chest, so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. What we then want to do is completely fill the top part in with black wool. So you just want to completely fill the top part in with black wool. So this will take a little while, as you might imagine. There is also another individual part of the chest, a little unique, if you will, and that is going to be like the inside of the lid. That bit is also a little unique. It's very, very similar to the top part of the chest, which I've just finished filling in. It wants to end up looking a little something like that, except instead of black, we're going to be using brown, so that's the top part of the chest. Once you've done that, you now, with your yellow stained clay, want to take the inside of the lid, do a layer of yellow stained clay going all the way around the inside of the lid, as I'm doing now, and then you just want to completely fill the center of it in with brown stained clay. So just completely fill the center of the inside of the lid in with brown stained clay. Once you have that particular part of the chest done, everything else is actually quite easy. Everything else then just has to be filled in with yellow stained clay. So you want to so far have something which should look a little bit like this. And just in case you're wondering why the top of the chest is black and why the inside of the lid is brown, that's because I just wanted to use two different colors. I just wanted to give a little bit of a difference, and maybe a more meaningful explanation is since that part of the chest is deeper, the bit that you'd actually reach into things to, it'd be a little bit darker, so black makes a little bit more sense than brown. But obviously, use whatever color you want. Use indigo if you like, not that that's a color yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be added. So once you've got those two faces taken care of, all we have to do is just completely fill the rest of the chest in with yellow stained clay. So this is going to be where most of the time is sunk into. This takes a little while, although I have found if you do it a little bit like this, if you just kind of you guys ever play Snake? I know that this is kind of like an older game now, but I'm pretty sure that most people know what Snake and Space Invaders is. Up and down, like Snake, like you're trying to avoid eating your own tail. That's exactly how I describe the motion that you should probably fill this chest in. You could kind of just go left and right and fill it in like that, but I've found that that is incredibly slow in comparison to this method, to be honest. This is so much faster than actually going left to right, or at least it feels faster. I still haven't figured out whether it is, but we're certainly knocking through these without too much trouble until we do that. That's how it goes slower. Oh my god, what am I doing? The chest is going wild. There we go. Okay, so we just have to fill this side in, and then we also have to fill the top of the lid in. The top of the lid in is not my favourite part to fill in because it's kind of at a weird angle, and it's kind of pressed between itself and the actual top and back part of the chest, so it can be a little tricky to get in there and fill in the bottom. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna start with that because I bet that it'll be easier to do it this way around if I just come inside here and I just fill in the bottom. Yeah, okay, this is going to be so much easier than I previously thought, and then I'll probably fill the top part in as well, and that'll just leave the sides. And of course, after we have completely filled in the chest, once we've added in all of our yellow stained clay, we are missing one thing. What are we missing? Do you guys know? Do you guys know what we're missing? Of course you know what we're missing. We're missing the latch on the chest. So the bit that actually opens and closes, or I should say actually locks the chest and prevents you from either opening it or closing, but it wouldn't stop you from closing it because if the latch is on it wouldn't. Well, there you go. I've confused myself, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a white/light grey little latch. It's made up of about, I don't know, 8 blocks, 6 blocks, something like that. I think it's actually about 6. Or is it 8? I think it's 8. You know what? We'll consult the plans a little later on and we'll figure out exactly how it looks. But we have just about finished building the chest, boom, and it wants to end up looking a little something like this, which is looking pretty good. Looks a little bit better than the closed chest if you ask me, just because it's a little bit more interesting to look at. But once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. So the latch for the chest is obviously all the way up on the top front open part of the lid. It is centered on the 2 blocks, the 2 center blocks of the row, and it wants to start in line with the first layer of yellow stained clay. So the way that we want to do this, we want to take this block right here, this is the left center block, you don't have to count it in, just eyeball it, place a white wall here, come towards you by 2 of the white, 1 with the light grey. Then do an entire row of light grey directly to the right of it. So you want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Those are the 2 center blocks, as you can see. That is the configuration. Just whacked my hand on my desk, that was slightly painful. That is the latch for the chest, and all in all, let's destroy this little yellow stained clay block as well, because we don't really need it. All in all, you want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. And there is your open chest statue, looking quite nice, quite easy to build as well, which is always a massive bonus. So, hopefully, you guys like this statue. Hopefully, you've managed to make it, and if you've done both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favourite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out. I would always vastly appreciate it. Comment down below, what other statues and other builds in general would you like to see me make in the future? Always interested in your guys' opinions. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't have made the open chest statues had you not have requested them quite heavily after I did like my regular chest statues, so you matter. Your comments really do make a difference. So, comment down below, like, favorite, share, check out the card system, there will be loads of things in there, and I'll probably link a few more things that are a little unrelated to the chest, just in case you want to dip your feet in something different. But check out the Minecraft item tutorials playlist if you're on if you're on kind of like one of those benders where you tried to make all of the items that you can possibly can. Check out that playlist, there's loads in there. Thank you very much for watching, like, favorite, share, comment down below, check out the card system, and I'll see you in the next video.